Hello. If you're watching the replay right now, so be sure to say hello and tell me where you're from. Today we're going to do some doodling. So yes, it is backwards, and that is because Facebook is having troubles right now reversing the camera. So that's frustrating, but that's okay. I'm just glad Facebook lets us go live, right? Hey y'all, say hi when you pop on, so I know I'm not by myself. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I'm getting set up here. What I want to talk about today are doodle lines. And one reason I'm doing doodling today is because the computer wouldn't flip. And so it would be really frustrating if the whole time you're looking at backwards words. So I thought, okay, we'll improvise and we'll do doodling, which is always fun anyway. Hi, Missy. Hi, Darlene. Thanks for watching. So one thing that I like to do doodles with is when I'm in church. I'm not a good listener and I'm not good at focusing. So what I do is I doodle. So this is some of my sermon notes right here. And I know they're backwards. Sorry about that. But if you'll see, I do some doodling here. There's some grapes because we're talking about the vine. More grapes across. Just like little vines here and there. An apple. And a lot of lines that separate. See these little separating lines? So you can really focus in on what's there. Okay, so that's the whole point of today's lesson. And so, doodles and lines. Are you ready? Now, this is my book. Some of you have asked before. If you have the book, this, you don't have to think up any ideas. They're right here for you. But you can always Google and get ideas too. And let's see what else. Make up your own. Just have fun with it. Thanks for sharing, by the way. If you do get a book or something to trace, tracing paper is awesome. And that is so great for you to gain muscle memory and be able to do it more by yourself. So I just have some tracing paper here to show you. It's a tracing pad. This is Studio 71. There's different kinds. I'm not saying this is the best. I'm not saying it's the worst. It works for me. I mean, I'm happy with it. And so you can either tear out a page or you can put whatever you're working on under it like that. But I'm just going to tear out a page for right now and just demonstrate. Thank you, Darlene. I'm glad you like the book. Okay, so look how simple. And then if you are afraid to mess up your book, you've got it right here. And then you can do it over and over and over again. So there's lots of different markers I like to use. That's one of the hardest things, is to pick what marker I'm going to use today. Some of my favorite markers are Pitt pens, P-I-T-T. I'm looking for it. This one, it has an F on top. I believe that's for fine point. And I just love these Faber-Castell Artist Pitt pens, and they are Indian ink and waterproof, so I like that too. So you can do some watercoloring around whatever you're doing. So just as an example, I know that you know how to trace, but you just get your marker and go right over it. Like I said, you're starting to gain your muscle memory. I hope y'all grabbed a pen or pencil to follow me. And then look, you've got your little doodle. See there? All right, so we're gonna practice. Hi, Marnette. Good to see you today, my friend. All right, so we're doing some doodle lines. And if you just popped on, one reason, what it's really good for is doodles is in card making. Like, for example, this card, that little doodle there helps with the happy birthday. I'm not finished with that card. It's just kind of in progress. And here's one that doodling the flowers. Again, I'm not done with that card. It just makes such a difference to have those little doodles there, or it would be boring and blank. So that's why we're going to just practice. Okay, if you can see on here really good, I'm just going to go ahead and write on here. All right, grab your pen and follow along. We're going to start with just some basics. In fact, when I was in, when I taught school, I taught elementary school, 5th graders. Every paper they turned in, basically, I told them that had to have a border on it. And yes, I was one of those teachers. I was one of those teachers that always Everything had to be artwork. They didn't have art in school. So if they turned in a piece of paper like this, I was like, you have to decorate around the side. Whether you just do some of these lines. It wasn't like a piece of paper, but it was any other project or anything. You know, they couldn't just have a poster board like this. It had to have a border. So it's kind of like the same idea. Hey, girl. Christina. I'm just taking a Crayola marker. I love working with Crayola markers. They are so fun. So one that we can work on is just, let me see if y'all can see this good, and if not, I'll get some regular paper. I don't have a tattoo for real. This is a, this one comes off. It was just for fun while I traveled this weekend. I went to a conference, and it's called Tribe, and it is amazing. And I went there to learn more about membership groups. I have a membership group with the most amazing women ever, and it's for faith-based letterers. So we focus on scripture and that kind of stuff. We're doing a Bible study right now with our sermon notes. So the sermon notes I showed you, it's not only for while I'm in church, I also do them for my Bible study. So right now we're doing Adorned, the Bible study Adorned, and so I'm doing some sermon notes in that, and so are my members. So that's really fun. It's a great way for me to learn. That is just me. All right, now we're gonna do, I mean, you can just think of anything. So I showed you the basic dash lines, and it's just, these are good separators. I always love the curly Q. It's one of my favorites. My daughter even had a bedspread when she was little that had these curly Qs on it. I still think about that. And it had pink ruffles. Precious. And then we can do like a, what is this called? I don't have names for anything. Almost like an accordion. A curved accordion. And then if you've been watching my iPad art, I did, this is kind of, I was going to say it's kind of like a lightning strike, but not necessarily. Thanks for the hearts and thumbs up. And then I just, if you saw the video, I just dropped in the ink like super, super fast, which I can't do on here because it's not a computer, right? Okay, so there's that. Are y'all following along? I hope you are. You might be because you're being so quiet. Okay, so how about like, ooh, that's getting crazy, but still, I don't mind it. And then you can always use X's, dot, X, dot. The double hatch. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's fun. It's a fun one. A long line with a dot. You can always do like a heart line. My daughter is super into stars right now. You know how fads come and go? Well, stars are the thing right now, in case you didn't know that. And then I also love just to do like just kind of random curly cues. Sometimes I make these into vines. I'll put like a little flower out there. I could do this for hours. Hours and hours. Let's see, I'm still working on some of my other ones, but like right here I started doing a little banner. Here's a banner. Our focus is on banners this month, so I was working on something to show my trabbers. We're going to do that tomorrow night, work on banners. This is a different one that I actually added color to. This was, I think, my first, let's see, Titus 2, this might have been chapter 1. But see, I'll put the hearts, the dash with the hearts. Here's a line to separate. We've got our salt and pepper. heart. We're talking about jewels and adorning ourselves, and it just reminded me of drawing little things to adorn us with. Flowers. There's another banner, a candlestick. So anyway, it's just so fun to study this way. I am excited to do my Bible studies. I'm excited to be in church because that way I don't feel bad about coloring. You're pressing out pizza dough. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Yay, Tracy. Oh, I'm so glad. Rock painting is so fun. Are you doing the, where you leave them behind where people can find them and then you move them? Or are you just doing them to give away? Like just pretty ones to sell or give away, or how are you doing that? Let me see here. I'm trying to think of a plan. What to do next. Okay, I'll keep using this paper. No, I'm going to use a new piece of paper. Okay, so this is actually marker sketch pad, and the reason I use marker paper sometimes is because it protects your markers, because it's real smooth. So, for example, when you're using some of your good markers, and I'm not saying Crayola is not good, but I don't worry about these near as much as I would like a Tombow marker or something. I'm protecting my paper really good. So this is a brush marker, so I don't typically doodle with it, but you can. And so like, even if you just went down the side of your paper, see how thick you can get that line? And I'm not ruining my marker because I'm not holding it straight up. So that's kind of fun to do a border with. The other side of the marker is just a bullet tip, and then you can do all kinds of things. So if we wanted to do a vine, just draw a line and then do a, can y'all see me? Let me see. I might not be on the, that's better, isn't it? Yes, spreading the love. It's so fun. Oh, I love doing that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you two different kinds. So this one, I always think it's kind of like making a heart. So I do the one side heart and the other side heart. And that way it just kind of, I don't know why my brain likes to think that. It just does. And sometimes they're a little bit further apart than others because it's handmade, right? Alexis. And then on the other end, I'm going to show you a different way to do it. So maybe you just want to do your vines or your leaves alternating and not together. You can do that too. I see a lot of tribers here. Hi, y'all. My lettering tribers. Okay, so y'all, my new membership opens on Labor Day. Guess what? That's the 2nd. On the 3rd is my birthday. So the 2nd and 3rd is when the memberships open. So I'm excited. It'll be a fun day. Then sometimes just doing, I do a lot of lines around things, and I do a triple line or a double line. That's just really trendy right now if you look at things that you, I don't know, if you see cards or something that I drew on my iPad. See those lines right there? How it has multiple lines around it? That's pretty trendy. Okay, so we've got that. Let's do, just dots are fun too, you know? Of course, these aren't the most beautiful, but I don't even care. I don't even mind it. You know why? Because this is a stress reliever and I can do what I want. Hello, Lynette. I can't wait to come on your page and do some fun lettering with you. Thanks for watching. Okay, and again, we could do this little fun swirly thing. So if you're just popping on, I am showing some doodling on, I like to do sermon notes at church, and I like to do sermon notes with my Bible study, and just to give you a little hint of what that looks like, here's a couple that I've already done. And we're showing doodles that you can do in your sermon notes. And then here's some. This is one I've already done. And then here's one that's in progress. And I was talking about my membership group. The theme is banners this month. So I was playing with banners. So that's why I'm showing this. So we can have more ideas of things to do in there. All right. So we can also do, you're so sweet, Lynette. I feel the same. With the, you know, when I was talking about doing the triple lines, you can also do that with a circle. You can also do the vines in a circle. And I'm going to do one more vine before we go. I just wanted to do a quick doodling tutorial today, and hopefully I'll be back on tomorrow. Hi, Kathleen, with another lesson for you. I'm going to try to do lessons every day this week. Maybe even this weekend for Labor Day weekend. Do y'all have big plans? Do y'all have big plans? Okay, so the last one I want to show you is, let's do a doodle vine with flowers. I need to get some more Pitt pens. These are my favorite, and I never can find them because they're always missing because I'm always using them and I don't put them back. I know y'all don't do that. So what I'm doing is kind of like I did on the other page. I'm just making some little vines so I can make some flowers. So we're just gonna do the flower like this. It's gonna go like that, and then it's gonna do a little swirl like that. Okay, so we're gonna do right here. You see my hand okay? Let's see if that's better. Okay, so I'm just gonna go around. And doodles aren't perfect. Yeah, your kids steal your pens. I wish I could say that. Maybe it's my dogs, right? No, my daughter has been known to steal stuff out of here. And I'll be like, I can't find my watercolors anywhere. And she's like, oh. Now she just kind of buys her own. I'm like, that's kind of silly, but you know what? It makes sense because she's going to need hers and I need mine. But man, when I was growing up, we couldn't even find a pen to write with. We didn't have scissors. The only scissors we had was the scissors that my mom sewed with, and of course I would get beat if I used those for stuff. But I'm gonna do a couple of like little other roses on here too for fun. These are just swirls. Anyway, those fabric scissors, you don't use those for anything. And so as an adult, of course, I've turned into the same person. And my kids, nobody in my family better use them either. But we have a million pairs of scissors, so they don't have to use them. Y'all, I met the neatest people in Canada this weekend. Kathleen is one of them. We had so much fun. I can't wait to get with you on pictures. All right, so now that we've done that little flower vine, we could go in and add some leaves. And we could do some leaves up here at the top of the stem, or we could do leaves down here, or both. We could do longer leaves and pointy. So just get creative with it. And y'all, thank you so much for sharing. It's so cool because that's how people can find me if they don't already follow me. What are y'all doing for Labor Day? Anybody have plans? I do not. Just gearing up for my big birthday. It's not that big of a birthday. No, I'm not turning 50. I'm turning 48. It's gonna be a good year. I can feel it. Okay, so I could go on for hours and hours and hours and do this. I just get lost in the moment. Do y'all do that? I mean, it is completely so good for stress. Some people might think it's silly, but honestly, it is just so relaxing. That's why coloring books were so popular, because people just, it was mindless. Like, I'm just literally making hard shapes. You know, like I told you over there, like that on the vine. That's all I'm doing. And sometimes I'm making them pointy. You know what we could do? We could pull out some like this and do some little dots on them. Make them look like little berries. Oh, you can't see, my hand's in the way. Oh, sorry. Well, why is that? Okay, we're gonna do some berries. let me see if I hold it up like this so you can see better. Okay, so we're gonna pull this out and then do a couple of these and do some berries. This just is so satisfying. I was only gonna be on here for a minute. Look how satisfying. Wouldn't this be pretty on a card? Like this card that I was showing y'all a minute ago. What I do with it? Here it is. Wouldn't it be so pretty to do across here? That. And in the beginning of the doodle, sometimes it's like, ugh, this is going nowhere. It's ugly. But if you keep going, usually you're like, oh, look. Usually turns into something. What do you think? And you know, a good thing to do is to go outside and look at the bushes in your yard and the trees and get ideas from what you see there. I'm so ready for fall. That's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to go grab some leaves and stuff, and then we'll have to do some watercoloring. And oh, that sounds fun. Who's with me on that? I have so many big plans for our membership group. Can't wait to tell y'all, but gotta wait. Be patient. And if you're interested in it, I've got information on my website. It's craftwithchristy.com. And Christy is just like it's spelled on this page with the CH and a IE. Okay, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're inspired. I hope you will doodle tonight, even if you're watching TV or whatever you're doing, sitting in the bathtub. I don't know about that, but you could. Anyway, y'all have a blessed evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Make sure to check in, and if you want to be notified, if you will go right now, let me see where you're supposed to go. Okay, if you're on my Facebook page, click on Create with Christy. Make sure you're on the main page, and you click on, what do you click on? I guess you click on, I don't know what you click on. Well, that didn't help y'all. You click on something like message or something like that, and then it'll take you to this spot, or if pretend like you're sending a message to me, and it will sign you up for the bot, which will tell you when I'm going live next. Okay? All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.